Good morning, everyone. I wanted to address some of the stuff from the school board meeting, and you've seen all these nasty comments. And I could tell you, my wife and I, right now, we feel violated. Back in January, I had a problem with a board decision that had a direct effect on my son. I was a private citizen who never considered running for anything. And I tried addressing those problems with my board. I wanted to call my rep. Her phone number's not there. You can't Facebook her. So I was forced to email all the reps. And here's the thing. When you email your board member, it's covered under the Freedom of Information Act. So now it's publicly accessible to anybody because our rep refuses to publish her phone number. So these parents that are at the school board meeting also, and by the way, I agree with them on this issue, raising concerns about the memorandum of understanding with the sheriff, because in there it talks about the school sharing information with deputies who are background checked. These same parents are putting in Freedom of Information Act requests from when I was a private citizen trying to get my son back in school. By the way, just so you know, they're talking conspiracy that I know about this. Whenever you're the subject of a FOIA, Freedom of Information Act request, they notify any of the people designated. Since I was designated, I was given a courtesy call to let me know that was happening. So it's not unreasonable. They have a backlog of this from what I understand, because during the campaign season, apparently everybody's sending in these FOIAs. I don't know, I've never sent one in. But I'm gonna address everybody here because I'm gonna read this. So this is gonna be a longer video because I'm tired of this, but we feel violated. My wife is sitting next to me right here and we feel violated that you guys feel like you need to know word for word how I dealt with this as a private citizen when I wasn't even considering running for office. So let's go. On January 27th at 6:42 a.m., I emailed the entire school board, only because I couldn't call my representative because she wouldn't put her phone number on there. So now all this information is public. Here's the email at 6:42 a.m., I'm sorry. My name is Richard Lieberman. I live in Lee's Crossing neighborhood. My wife Amy and I watched a portion of the discussion last night that now effectively ends our son's education. Our son Jacob is 12 years old, deaf-blind child who started blank middle school this year. And I do mention the name in there. It's the only thing I blocked out. As I am sure you can imagine, attempting virtual with a child with these issues along with other issues has made virtual learning a complete waste of time. Completely honest, we felt his education was already suffering significantly with the changes made this year, but we understand the situation. In order to ease the burden on the school system, we have been driving him to and from school while you have all the normal kids on virtual. Mr. Twig is 100% correct, and Mr. Braswell, you are way off base thinking you are not denying my son equal access. My wife and I respectfully ask the board to immediately, that's capitalized, reconsider this action and allow our already delayed son access to an education. Sincerely, Richard and Amy Lieberman. So at 12:30, Ms. Phelps responded. Yes, she does respond to some emails. I've had other people complain that they never get a response, but she did respond to my emails. But notice she's not dealing with the issue because, by the way I first learned about this is I got a text that night or in the morning, I think it was that night, from the special needs department letting us know this problem is going on. The special needs department understands who they have to help. So here's Ms. Phelps' email at 12:30. Good afternoon. Thank you for your very valid concerns. I do identify with your statements. I did not support the motion either. Now, keep in mind, I already said, we watched this meeting. But she has to make sure I know where she stands politically. Please reach out to Tedra Richardson gives us the email, to assist in finding a solution. Tedra Richardson is the head of special needs. If I can help in any way, please let me know. In the meantime, I will send Ms. Richardson your concerns and CC. Keeping in mind, they already know, and they've already been working on it, but the board had hamstrung what the special needs department could do. So I responded 2 minutes later, because I was livid. I was on my phone during this entire process. Good afternoon. So I responded 2 minutes later. Thank you for your email. We were told Paulette Heron, who's the assistant director, will be working on a solution. That doesn't change the fact the board essentially voted saying athletics was more important than education, because even though they ended the special needs kids' education, they were still allowing athletics. Her response to me was nothing other than, and this was at 12:41, so less than 10 minutes later, here is the link with a link for me to watch the entire meeting. I don't care about the politics of it. I just want somebody to help with my kids. So in the meantime, Baron Braswell and I had been talking. He called me several times, and I had emails with Mr. Twigg, emails with Aaron Gramp at different times. I only printed out the Lisa Phelps ones because that's the one you guys are asking about. And that's when I found out Miss Phelps refused to talk to these other board members. As a matter of fact, at this point, she has never had a discussion with Baron Braswell, Aaron Gramp, Dawn Shelley, or Rita Daniels about this issue off the dais. So how could she possibly help fix this issue? And this is why we don't have effective representation. That was my first slogan. And we've simplified it to kids, not politics, because that's it. It's the political agendas why you aren't talking to these people. So then in my conversations with Baron Braswell, Baron wanted to set up a Zoom meeting between myself, Dr. Baker, and Tedra Richardson, the Director of Special Needs. At that point, I didn't know if I trusted Baron. I knew him many years ago, but I hadn't seen him in 20 years or however long, I don't know. And so we responded, well, we want our rep involved in the meeting. So I responded to that, and I forwarded it to Miss Phelps on February 2nd at 8:27 p.m. It's got the attachment. We responded to the original email saying we felt we lived in your district and you should be invited. I see they left you off the list. I responded to this email to include you, and if that needs to be rescheduled to include you, let us know. Rich and Amy Lieberman. All right, so February 3rd at 3:35 p.m. So this is, the next afternoon towards the end of the day. Good afternoon. How are you? I apologize. I had to get my kids ready and geared up for their school day last night when this invite was sent. It was not available to check into this already scheduled time for the meeting. I will be happy. This is the first time she gives a phone number. I will be happy to speak to you directly. Please feel free to give me a call at, and gives me her phone number. We do have a public hearing, a budget workshop tonight, which is February 3rd, starting at 6:30 p.m. I look forward to speaking with you regarding your solutions. I called her within minutes or two because I was on my phone, as you can see from when I'm responding to emails. All right, so she sent that, what did I say? At 3:35. So at 3:38, after I called her, she didn't answer, I sent an email. The Zoom meeting was canceled. I have kidney stones, so I can't drive to the meeting today. I will watch online. I have Baron's word he will make a motion to bring special needs kids back on Monday, and he will support said motion. As long as that passes, we don't have a problem. If the special needs kids don't go back in person, then my son's IEP is being violated by the direction of the school board. So at 3:41, 3 minutes later, she responds, thank you for responding. I hope you feel better. Keep me updated, and I certainly will keep my pulse on this concern. Take care. Then a minute later, she responds, a minute later I respond, just rally the votes tonight. So then she responds 4 minutes later, quick question. Was it said the board will hold a vote tonight addressing your concerns? Again, I had to tell her what was going on because she won't talk to her school board members. So I responded, call me, and I give her my personal cell number. She didn't call me that night. I responded at 3:53. So she sent her email at 3:46. Then here's what's interesting. So that night, the meeting starts at 6:30, and it's about the budget. So she sends me an email at 7:53. Looks like it's going to be brought up tonight. Take care. Meanwhile, if you watch the meeting at approximately 7:53, that's when Dr. Baker is explaining how millions, and I mean millions of dollars, is being spent. And instead, she's bothering to email me just to say, yes, it's going to be brought up. So anyway, I responded a minute later because I was on my phone watching. It's at 7:54. I'm watching, was assured it would be. Baron seems to at least set it up to honor his word. So that's it until a few days later, because what happened is she finally did return my call 24 hours after the meeting to thank me for fixing the problem, because the vote got changed from 3 to 4, 7-0 to bring the special needs kids back the following week. And she was telling me, and Pete Barron had asked me, and other people had, when I was talking to other friends that were on school boards, when I was calling them advice on how to deal with the school board, they were suggesting that I run. And you don't want to hear the words that came out of my mouth when Barron first told me, because I'm not a politician. I don't intend on ever being a politician. But it was this phone call that made me decide. I hung up and told my wife, we're in. And that's because Ms. Phelps called me the day after the meeting and said, Well, I just wanted to thank you. You don't understand what you were doing and how it affected the board and how you were able to get the change. And by the way, Mr. Twigg also emailed me saying that was 100% me too. So you could FOIA that, my email exchange with Mr. Twigg if you want to do that. So it was at that moment I hung up the phone. I told my wife, we're in. If she can't talk to her board, she can't get things done, she doesn't understand when people are actually working to fix it, we need somebody who does. So that's why I'm running. So on February 8th, so 5 days later, is when we really decided, okay, we're in this. So at 6:44 a.m., I said, Ms. Phelps, I want to give you the courtesy of letting you know I am gathering signatures for the ballot, Rich Lieberman. She responded the next evening, so 36 hours later. Hello, Mr. Lieberman, how are you? I hope you're feeling better and thank you for sharing. I am glad I was able to assist you with solving your valid concerns and getting your child back to school. She didn't do anything other than vote because I had to do it because she wouldn't talk to her school board members. I am truly grateful to be part of the solution on behalf of you and many other parents, staff, Spotsylvania County families by rallying the votes in support of returning students back to school. I hope you all have a safe, great rest of the school year. So this is a woman who won't talk to anybody else, but now saying she rallied the votes. And you can ask Rita Daniels, Baron Braswell, Aaron Gramp, and Don Shelley, which was the majority of a 7-person board, that's 4 members, if she ever had that discussion with these people. She did nothing to rally votes. She did nothing to get my son back in school. She did nothing to get the other special needs kids back in school, except for talk from the dais and vote. And that's why I'm here. So the people that are doing this, now I want you to think, if you had a problem with the school board and you and you emailed your school board rep and somebody then wanted to read the emails that you sent privately, which technically they're not private, but you sent trying to deal with your kid's issue, how you would feel if some stranger you don't know who doesn't even live in the district is asking to read all those emails. So I've just done it for you, okay? Nothing wrong. There you go. Have your fun. By the way, as you know, I don't respond to the comments in here because most of the time it's people just wanting to fight. I do, if you want to talk, I will set up a time and meeting with people and have a one-on-one conversation. Social media is not the place for those one-on-one conversations. I apologize, this video is 12 minutes long. I really try to keep it about 3 minutes, but you all wanted to know these emails. And yes, you are legally entitled to know if somebody sends out a Freedom of Information Request Act on you. Thank you very much.